Hi, everybody. Welcome to Dan on Sports. There is a dangerous precedent unfolding in Major League Baseball, and I don't like it. And that has to do with the ABS system, the automatic ball strike zone, where players can appeal a pitch. Is it a strike or is it a ball? I don't have a problem with the system. I have a problem how it is being used to disparage umpires. I don't like it at all. And this time it's C.B. Buckner, who's been criticized because he had 6 of 8 challenged calls overturned. As far as balls and strikes were concerned, he was the plate umpire in Saturday's game between the Boston Red Sox and the Cincinnati Reds, which the Reds won in extra innings 6-5. And everywhere you looked on the internet, there was a picture of Buckner. Picture of Buckner with the headline 6 of 8 of his calls overturned. These influencers have no idea what it's like to be a Major League Baseball umpire. They don't have any idea what it's like to be an umpire in an amateur game. It's not easy being an umpire. And it's especially not easy being a home plate umpire, where you've got to call roughly 400 pitches per game. You've got to be in extraordinary condition just to crouch behind that plate for 400 pitches. It's not an easy job. We're probably going to come to the day, and I never thought it would happen, where maybe we won't have umpires and the whole system will be automated. We seem to be getting to that point, particularly with all of this emphasis on legally wagering on games and how a game can be determined by an umpire's call, or if it was football or basketball, a referee's call. My point is this. It is not easy being an umpire. Now, I know for decades since the game has been played, umpires will get criticized, particularly with the advent of games being televised and then the replay. And now you have this ABS system on top of replays already being reviewed. It's not an easy job. So to make such a huge deal out of the fact that he had 6 calls out of 8 that were challenged overturned is, in my opinion, wrong. It's not easy being an umpire. I can't say that enough. But all you are reading about on the net are these headlines about C.B. Buckner. And it's Buckner today. It could be another umpire tomorrow. And half these people, maybe 99% of these people who are criticizing, and these websites that are criticizing, notice they're never criticized when they have typos. You notice that? But 99% of these social media sites and websites, et cetera, that are criticizing couldn't tell you the baseball rule book if their life depended on it. And if you're an umpire, you've got to know the baseball rule book frontwards and backwards. So come on, lay off the umps. And I hope Major League Baseball steps in and says something. By the way, it didn't help in that game between the Red Sox and Cincinnati that Red Sox manager Alex Cora was thrown out of the game because Trevor Story thought that Buckner was wrong on a couple of his calls, and it led to Cora's ejection. But that's baseball. That's the human element. And everywhere I turn, what we are trying to do is take the human element out of the game by turning these players into robots, for goodness sakes. And now you've got the ABS to go along with the other instant replays in baseball. Lay off. It's a game played by humans, umpired by humans. And all of you people out there who are criticizing Buckner and these other umpires, well, let me tell you, I'm glad you're perfect, because now we know that there are perfect people out there. The same people, by the way, who, as I told you, couldn't explain to you what an earned run average is. Couldn't tell you what the rule book is. But yet they're all expert umpires. My God, Buckner got 6 out of 8 calls overturned. How about all the calls he got right? I mean, these are 400. I'm talking on average, these umpires, anywhere between 350 and 400 pitches a game. Count them up. Look in the box scores, where every detail is now listed, and count up the pitches. On average, I'm not saying every game, but on average, the home plate umpire has got something like 350 to 400 pitches he's got to call. That's not easy. All I'm saying is, and I understand sometimes you criticize an umpire and there's some legitimacy. I get it. But to make a big deal out of this is inherently wrong. And I just don't like the direction it's going. I have the utmost respect for umpires at any level. Believe me, be it amateur or pro and major league, the top of the profession. And I don't like what's happening. The ABS was supposed to bring even more accuracy to the game. You want to get the call right. But to use it as a measuring stick, as if the umpires are bad, is so wrong, so distorted. Like I said, you think it's easy? You try being an umpire. Most of these critics wouldn't last a half inning. So lay off the umpires. They've got a tough job. It's not an easy job. And accept the ABS, accept replays that are sometime overturned, but respect the great job these umpires do. They don't deserve to be criticized the way they're being criticized now. Had to get that off of my chest. That's going to do it for Dan on Sports. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Thank you for subscribing to my newsletter. And to do that, all you have to do is go to danonsports.com. See you later.